Okay, today is April 9th, 2025. This is a post-market review of the market. I took two trades today. Um, two trades today. I took them on my practice account. I'm just doing a straight practice account. I did not renew my combine. I just want to just focus on just trading. Um, Crazy as it seemed, I thought that I was there before, but now I'm even, I guess, more so of like, okay, let's just try to fix some errors. So I took just two trades. So pull this up here. Trade came at 10:33 and then 10:35. This one would have been this one, but worked out. I did close this one early because it felt like it was failing, and I may have entered too soon. So, but then I entered this one with the correct size. So this one would have been, as I pull up the calculator for the correct size that it would have been for the loss. 41.25 times 5 would have been this plus um, commission. All right, plus commission. Um, However much commission is. Let's do 804 divided by 5. All right, because it was 5 times 5 divided by 6. 6 so 134 each. All right, so $1.34 times that by 5. So 670. All right, so 670. So we have 41.25 times 5 plus 670. All right, so it would have been this, right? So $212.95. That would have been the total run up of that. So if we minus that from here, minus the 134, would have that, right? So, so minus 631.25. All right, so I would have been up 400 bucks. All right, so basically a 2 to 1. All right, a 2 to 1. That was basically a 2 to 1. So this probably would have been a little bit more. This also would have been a lot more. So let's just get into it. The trade came in at 10:33. So the market opened up. Is this? Do I have anything on here that I can move? No. All right. So the market opened up in the middle of nowhere in a sense, kind of at settlement price. I do have just ES on these charts here. I have NQ, VIX, and ES on my other computer, and then I have just the my entry platform, my entry for my trades on this. Right, I use this for my entries. Now I'm using the range chart. So something that I noticed yesterday was that when I have a level on a time frame like 5 minute, I need to go to the 5 minute and 1 minute. I need to go to the 5 minute, make sure the 5 minute confirms that hey, I'm doing something here, and then confirm it with the 1 minute as well, and also the range chart for my entry. Right, I'm looking for the sell to start to happen. So as you can see, price was kind of in the middle of nowhere. I don't have anything significant that stands out, and then we start to move towards my range, my first level, which is a 5 minute imbalance, um, a 5 minute absorption resistance level. You can see buying one to occur. We have buying into that level, aggressive buying going into that level. Um, Aggressive buying is going into that level. Then we have sellers stepping in right here. Right, it's 9:43:44. Selling is stepping in on the 5 minute candle. I'll go to the 5 minute. I'm looking for sellers. Right. I do have these here to see what's going on. Right. So we have strong buying, strong selling. Right. And typically, I would have just entered right after this candle closes because it shows that price wants to reject. But we never reached my level. But it shows that price wants to reject. So I do eventually go to the lower time frame. I'm gonna go to the range chart. I mark this level here. I still want to see price go into this 580. I still want to see price go into this 580 level before showing signs of rejection. All right. So price, and then I have this buy here. I got it from the range chart. The price goes down about what 10 points. There was a nice little level here on the range chart, but it's kind of hard to really spot all of that. I'm just gonna pull it up real quickly. Yeah, here it is. All right, as we reach that level, price had this. This is it right here. All right, so price came up, and then we have RSI, and then rejection right before reaching that level there, and then price just came back, retested this level. So it's very short move. So up 9, came back to that level, about a 10-point stop loss in a sense, and then price just dropped. That's the chart that we saw on the this right here. All right, so price, let's see here, price now is going into my level. All right, I'm interested now to see what happens. I want to see if we break through it, or do we go to the higher level, which is the 30-minute, 1 hour and 4 hour sell that I have right here. All right, so there's a lot going on just this little spot right above the chart. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot, really a lot going on here. So my trading coming into like what 10:33, so 30 minutes after is when I actually saw an entry for this trade. Give me 1 minute as I look for my thing here. All right, 10:33 is when I saw the entry for this trade. So price moving up. We have that absorption candle right here. Right. Price is pushed through. I keep this because if price breaks through, we will likely be coming back from that level where selling occurred to continue on down. That's my speculation. So price hits this. After it hits, we do actually what I just said, right? We push out. Okay, it was like a liquidity sweep. I said, okay, I finally see actual selling candle here, absorption candle here, selling candle here. So now I'm just waiting for price to come back and retest my desired level to continue lower. Price looks like it's not going to, and it looks like I'm going to be left out. Right? I'm feeling a bit of FOMO. I'm like, man, maybe I could have entered right here instead. Maybe right. All these starts going into my head. I see we got a trend line. We broke the trend line. I said, okay, it's a lot going on. So let's see what happens next. So I'm just waiting. I do have this level that I want to see price go down to. I have a lower level, which is the 4,900 level. It's where I really want to see price go to, but this buying was so strong that I can't ignore it. Right, buyers stepped in right here and really pushed price up. You know, protecting whatever this resistance level is or support level is. That was prior. This is a prior support and resistance that price was just really, dancing around with, kind of held, pushed up above. So that's that. So I'm waiting to see price go back up to 50.60 if we can. Yeah, it's 10.25. We're just bouncing sideways, really just pissing me off. But I'm saying, well, I can't do nothing until price comes to my level. This is one of them. I didn't really see anything in this. Level going up. So let me pull up that chart again. Here it is. All right, yeah. I don't think I saw anything going into that level. Right, we had all of this buying, but there's no aggressive anything in there, as you can see. Right. So if we look at when we went into that level, no aggressive anything. So I said, okay, I don't really have anything. I kind of have this here, that there, and felt buying, right? So maybe I could have marked this. Let me mark this one here and this one here. All right, maybe I could have marked that area right there. All right, because this did get ran through, so maybe I could have marked this. And now this is what price was doing the entire time, right before the 1033 level. Right, let's edit this because this should not be showing the cloud. I do not want that on this. All right, I'm okay with the all right. So yeah, maybe I could have marked that. So we'll come back to this in a bit to see how I could have better did that, because we have selling here, buying that failed, price pushed down, right, aggressively. All right, but this is where we came from. There's, like I said, there's nothing in here, right? You can see that there's nothing in that. So let's go back to the video. All right, so now we're approaching my level. It's 1031. We got buying, or we had buying. We had buying, right? Yeah, we had buying going up right here. So this is where I found entry. We're going in, and then price started to like look like it wanted to reject on the range chart. It looked like it wanted to reject on the range chart, but just 1033, right? Come on. What are you doing? Alright, whatever. I'll do it on this side. For some reason, this side is weird. Alright, so 1033. I think I entered here on this candle. Was it this one? I already can't tell. Yeah, I think I entered on this candle right here. Bam, 1033, right? We had, yeah, boom, boom, boom. I entered at this candle right here. So this is that area. So that area could work. We went into it buying, and then just need to see sell. But this look, it was fail sell. So I entered like, just like this, something like that. All right. So about what, 10 points there. And the goal was to go to this here, which is about 59 to 60 points. All right, that's the goal. 60 points here. 10 points to make 60. Sounds freaking insane, but that's what I was aiming for. So I entered there. Right there, I got my level, as you can see. Bam, bam. Stop loss there. And I exit what within like a minute after. So let's jump forward this. So now we have that nice absorption candle. Alright, and then I lower my stop loss. Alright, with an absorption candle, and I lower my stop loss to just that low part of it. So right now it's 1034. Where's the chart here? 1034. Alright, we got this nice little sell off there, and then price came back. Alright, right to that level. So we see this high. This high is 5067. This high is 5067 as well. I think that was my exit. All right, so I entered. I saw price pushing back up into my level. Not really fond of that, and I said, you know what, screw it, exit right before it could hit that, because I did adjust my stop loss and it never hit. And I entered right again because price did start to move out. I entered at 35.19. All right, so that absorption was key. Fuck. Okay, so the absorption was key to, hey, you know what? I think we're ready to go. Got an absorption candle inside of that 5-minute candle, and I think that's pretty much it. So that was it, right? So I could have, you know, I re-entered in the same exact spot. Let's go to it here. Price. Right, that's when price dived in, and then I saw price coming back up, and I entered at 56 or 57. So I entered a little lower at 56. Or so I entered when price was like somewhere around here, right? Price, because price started to aggressively go. So we had the sell, we had the buy and the sell. Oh, that makes the absorption candle. I'm just things are just clicking a little bit. That makes the absorption candle, right? Is it? Yeah, the buy and then the sell. That makes the absorption candle. The sell and the buy doesn't make absorption candle. The sell and the buy makes absorption candle also with that. That's crazy. All right, so now I could have entered here, stop loss there, like this, 11 points. And this is just about 11 points, no, 9 points. All right, so back to the video. So that was my second entry. Price really starts to pick up, and then once it got to here, we had some mishaps, right? Cause we see, you see all of these wicks, 1, 2, 3. Price really did not want to go down there. I don't know why. I have nothing there besides settlement price. I have nothing there besides settlement price, which is old news, as price really just banged the hell through up and down this whole level. All right, so in my head, this is the next level that we should likely go to, right? So when we got there, when did I exit this trade? 45. Well, I'm already out of 45.58. So when we got there, we can see price pushed down now, broke out of this little level that I didn't like, and then it just started to aggressively reverse. Right, it held and it just started to reverse. I said, I'm not too fond of that, so I just took my exit. I'm like, I'm already 2 to 1. Let's take that exit and call it, because right now the market could have just went here and then flipped all the way up to the sky and then flipped back down, especially with how any news from the current administration could really just trigger any high movement. So I just took it. I said, okay, I do want to go here, but the price is not going there. I already moved my entry. I think I had my stop loss to right here, which is already 20 points. And then I took my full exit down here, which is about 30 points. Sorry, let me think. 24 points? I don't know. Bear with me. 50, 56, 25, minus 50, 31, 20, yeah, 25 points. Man. Alright, so you can see price aggressively moved up. Would have stopped me out, because I had my stop loss here. Would have stopped me out. I would not have put my stop loss over here. If it did, still probably would have stopped me out. How high is that candle? High is 60. Huh? No, I'm not on the candle. No, let me go back. High is 48. Yo, I would have been stopped out for sure. On 50, probably would have had that 50, more or less 48. So I would have got stopped out on that trade. And then after that, price just dumped to my level. After this pullback, price dumped. So let's see what that pullback looks like on the chart here. So this is it right here. So I have no idea why it came to any of these, but then we had sell, buy, sell, sell, drop, and then we had the RSIs for the exits. RSIs for the entry, RSIs for the exit, right? I think this is kind of like the area where I exit at. Where did I exit at? 31? Yeah, right about here is where I exit, right? Because bam, and then price went up, right? So these levels here, I have no idea yet how to manage that, but we did have that pullback that we usually get. Could draw a trend line like that, and then boom, could have entered right here for the second time, and then price did what I wanted price to do. Look at this, is 35 freaking points. We go down to initial balance. This is 53 freaking points, and then we had a strong reversal. That reversal, astronomical. All right. Yes, I was able to catch this, and I'm happy for it. 29, 35, 30, 30. No, I said 25 points, so I was able to catch I was at my late entry. I was at what? Uh, I don't know. But I was able to catch this. I'll just go back to the thing. I was able to catch this. I think I was somewhere here and here. Right, so 25 points. And this, 30 points, right? So I would have loved that extra 30 points, which is what I really wanted. Um, right, but like I said, with this current administration, I can't be beggy because after that, when price consolidated, you can see that price no longer cared what anybody thought, and it just went up as per this candle here. Look at this infinite candle. Look at this crazy candle, and there's a 1 minute candle on this chart that is 170 freaking points. 171 points. That's crazy. 154 points. I don't think I've ever seen candles like this unless it's like non-farm payroll, and I don't even think non-farm payroll gets this huge. So it's like, you know, you gotta adjust. Like, okay, 12 is will be considered a large candle move, right? That would be considered a large candle move. Typical price range, 3 to 4. Yep, 3 to 4 is usually pretty good. 3 to 4 is usually pretty good, but 170 points candle, that's insane. So I think, as per what I was checking out charts yesterday on the charts this week, I think we might be in a Trump's rally for this, because we have straight buying here, right? There's no selling down here, straight buying. And this is 2025. This is 2020 when we had the same thing, a lot of buying, and then price moved up 1 2 3 4 5 6, pulled back 7, and then moved back up. And this is 2018 where we had the same thing, strong buying, no volume at all for the sell side. So for some reason it doesn't appear here, no volume at all for the sell side. Then we have 1 2 3 4 5, right? We have a pull up, pull back right into that level, and then it went. Same thing with this one here, pull back, came back to somewhat of a level, and then so it looks like it went a high. I have to figure out how much of that pullback was on both of these, because that might give us the idea of how much price might actually, you know, have to push back, because they all had the clouds. So I said, oh, we have to be near the clouds for this to work out, and we're at the clouds. All right. Oh crap. And here, you know, we were at the clouds and we went to the clouds, and similar here. Similar here, we're at the clouds and we pull back and then we move. So that one had a trend line. This one has somewhat of a trend line as well. This one doesn't really have a trend line. It's just straight. I don't know what to call this. I mean, we can call this a trend line right here. Maybe this way. That'd be the break, you know, but it'll be a very steep trend line. Right, this one had an actual trend line. So I'm speculating that if this cannot hold, we're going to see much lower downside. So if this current rally let me hit the daily. If this rally cannot hold, right, it's a lot of buying. And this 4 hour, this 30-minute, 45, this 30 minutes, 1 hour, and 4 hour turns into actual, because I'm waiting for the 4 hour. The 4 hour is going to tell me, because when the 1 hour reached, I need the 4 hour to show me signs of selling. I want the 30 minute to show signs of selling and the 1 hour to show signs of selling. But if this 4 hour gives us a hammer candle, we're going to see this just come straight back down. And we're going to see it go further down. I'm thinking maybe even down to this right here. All right. Let's put this on SPY. All right. So this is SPY right here. Let's add more days. All right, so strong buying. This is intense buying, and as I step back, I'm seeing a trend line now. All right, not the best, probably one of the worst trend line anybody can try to occur or create. This is it's just not as good as what's 2020, right? This is also a bad trend line, but you can actually draw something here, and it looks pretty okay. All right, you can draw something like, okay, bam, something like this. Let me so I'll probably put it to that one. This one here. All right, we got something that we can actually draw on. It might even be a nice channel. Actually, not that bad. All right. So that looks decent. This looks like crap. This looks decent. Alright, something like that. Yeah. Then we have this awkward offside movement that just went sideways and then dropped. So this could have been a drop because he was in office in here, and then prices dropped and then pulled back and it dropped. So we got two drops. So this might actually be the reversal. This is a 20% correction right here. And I believe that when there was a 20% correction, price moved up 10% by the end of the year. Alright, so we had the 20% correction, price moved up 10% by the end of the year. So price would likely go up to 674. All right, so this one went up to the 10% correction. So this is where the buying stepped in at right here, and then by 300 day before that, that is 272 days, we hit the 10%. All right, way before that. Sorry. And then for this one here, when we had that correction here, all right, what was our 10%? Excuse me. 10% is here, so we had the correction on here, and we didn't hit it until 256 days. So about 250 days is the average. It seems like 256 days, right? So, but we will need to see how price reacts, because this looks good. Now price just needs to hold and then go. But I think our first thing that we got out of the recipe is the no, we got a few things. All right, but this strong buying with no volume, because we had the previous RSI buying, so it's the correction, and then strong buying volume. Those are basically the only three things we need. We had it here also. Previous RSI buying, mostly buying volume, and then price up. Right, we had RSIs on that one here, and we had RSIs on that one there, and we have RSIs on this one here, and there's no buying volume, no selling volume. So this looks like this here, if everything's correct, should run us up to, this is nothing but 126 points. This candle alone I'm sorry. I'm thinking about of ES. Cause yeah. All right, but that's still a huge candle. That's like probably just two 2.5 the size. This candle's huge as heck. All right, 2.5 the size. If we go to the other candles there, let's go and look. All right, that's like nothing. All right, this candle here, we're gonna have to incorporate the gap. This is 15 points, and then for us to even reach that percent mark here, percent mark is here. Yeah, okay. Alright, we'll cut it from that one here. 15 points. That's 143. That's freaking insane. 143. This one here, so we can calculate that one itself. That one is 12 points. And then when we reach the 10% mark, which is up here, that's 77 points. All right, 12 points, 77 points. That's a lot. All right, that's 641%, right? Yeah, 641%, right? Because it was at 77 points. And this one here, 15 points to 129 points. That's what, 860%. Yeah, 860%. Now for this by itself, this goes at 10%. What is that? 55.5 to go what? 125. That's like nothing, yo. Did I close out my calculator? Is it 100 and what I say it was? From that level, 125. Yeah. And that's only 227%, where the other ones are like astronomical, right? Almost 800 and 1,000 something, right? So we'll see. I'm hoping that and this candle's huge compared. Oh, look at all the small little baby candles. Look at all this small. This candle is like the biggest in the world. All right. Right. This candle is bigger than like the whole everything that's been there. So that's it for me today. This candle is what, 648 points. All right, that's like this whole thing right here. All right, sheesh. Yep, that's a whole pullback. All right, so that's what is that the range that we're working with? That's ridiculous. So, anyways, I'm done. Be back tomorrow.